We've started in a series of workshops run by Arts Access, I think it was in 1997, because Canduco, the British inclusive company, was coming out to Australia, and they were going to run some masterclasses, and so Arts Access felt it would be good to run some workshops leading up to that for a group of people who they chose. And I think they had maybe a performance group coming out of it in mind, because they chose people with some performance background, and there were people with and without disabilities in the group. We just sort of started, and I, sort of fell into the leadership role really, because no one else wanted to do it. Because I feel there's not much around for people with physical disabilities. There's a lot around for people with learning disabilities. But, that changed over the years. I think, because of the improvisation, all the different improvisation styles I'd been playing with, they're very flexible, and they accommodate people in that they give you an idea or a task, and then you do it according to your capacity and your creativity or whatever. You get all the usual inspiring kind of remarks, and you get you get moving and all that sort of thing. I always think people in the audience, I think people in general project a lot onto people with disabilities, and I think often they project their own sadness or vulnerability or something onto what they see, and that's part of the reason why they find it moving. It's also due to people's ideas and expectations about disability, I think.
A lot of the work came out of the people with disabilities in the group speaking about the way they're treated out in the world, what they come up against and what they find inappropriate in the way people present towards them. So that was the main inspiration. And then from there it delves out into the way we can then, as performers, be inappropriate. And those lines, those blurry lines of behaviour patterns that, and challenging those.
As far as themes are concerned, I tend to shy away from doing performances about disability, because I feel, we're all multidimensional people, whether we've got a disability or not, and we're all going to have, a vastly wider range of interests than just our disability. Obviously, it's a political thing, and we're an oppressed minority and all that sort of thing, and it sort of comes out anyway through being there performing and taking a strong role doing the work that comes out of those people.
For me, I would like to see Weave getting a bigger slice of audience diversity, not just always getting people in who are friends or family or interested because they're in the industry, but getting just general members of the public coming and being interested and engaged in Weave's work. Yeah. So taking it away from disability arts practice into a more mainstream arts practice.
Can I just say something else about that disability theme thing? I sort of shy away from it because I think that's what people expect. Yeah. And I think it's putting yourself in a little box, that this is what we expect you to do, performances about how awful it is to be disabled, and we don't see any other aspect of you kind of thing. And I guess it's a bit of a stuff you, I'm not going to do what you expect as well. Yep. If you were totally idealistic, you'd want artists with disability to be included in, general arts practice, I guess. You'd want somebody to be in a performance at the Malthouse or, so on and so forth. I know some people with disabilities want to be separate, want to have separate, do it themselves and to be a separate group. I guess because, you know, it's all been very gradual for me coming out of a world of not having a disability, you know, apart from being tall with broad hips, and that's a disability in the dance world. But, you know, I respect people who want to be separate. Yeah, I guess a general view of inclusive arts is that, you know, it'd be great if the whole world opened up to talented people with disabilities.